Okay, let's go ahead and start this is our last session of the day. Uh, we have 4 presentations. First one is lightning talk. This is on hardware fault management subproject update, and Zenu is going to give us an update. He is from Facebook. Uh, this is 15-minute talk, Zenu. Let's go ahead and get started. If we have some time at the end, we'll have some Q&A. Go ahead.
Sounds good. Thanks, Hema. So let's get started. So good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for taking the time and joining this lightning session today. This is Zhenyu Yang. I'm a hardware system engineer from Facebook. On behalf of the collaborative effort within this hardware fault management subproject, I'd like to give a quick overview of the subproject itself and where we are today with this subproject. For the spirit of time in this update, I'd like to request us to hold our questions to the end of this presentation. Thank you, and let's get right into it. So the truth is, hardware faults are inevitable. So like it or not, we deal with various hardware faults related areas every day. For new platforms and systems we design and develop, we explore and evaluate new hardware fault handling capabilities introduced from the new technologies and propose new strategies to handle the hardware faults against new use cases. For existing platforms and the systems we use and sustain, we diagnose and investigate various hardware fault symptoms and signatures, apply different hardware fault handling requirements against those different failing scenarios, and adopt and manage different implementations of hardware fault handling solutions for our development partners. This broad space of this hardware fault handling area, as well as the various challenges it brings, it makes us take a step back and think. So how could we come up with a better approach to find a more efficient and effective way to work in this hardware fault management space? The answer we have in our mind is we can only achieve it by working together in this space as a community. So a group of us took a step and look at several typical challenges resides in the hardware fault management area. What do I find so far not limited to our first, production impacting system performance degradation due to hardware faults themselves and hardware fault handling solutions. Second, ineffectiveness of root causing failing hardwares as no trouble found in the return material analysis. Third, inefficiency of scaling the hardware failure mitigations due to heterogeneous hardware fault handling solutions. We believe these challenges are not unique against a specific usage of OCP hardware and systems in a large fleet. It is rather a common problem within the hardware fault management area, and a common solution can be explored and built by working with the community together. So therefore, we propose this hardware fault management subproject to OCP on the OCP hardware management project. We want to work with this community to first focus on defining the hardware fault management baseline requirements, as well as identifying its use cases and toolsets. Second, harmonize the system behavior across various system ingredients when dealing with hardware faults. Third, develop signature use case studies and reference design solutions for hardware fault management within the ecosystems. Our goal is to, through this subproject, assist the OCP community in designing robust hardware fault management solutions. With the approval of OCP hardware management project, we start to work with the industry partner within the OCP to incubate this subproject since the past summer. So far, we proposed the charter and scope of the subproject effort to OCP hardware management project team, and the charter is admitted as the high-level guidance to the subproject effort. We formed the team with members from various parties of interest within the OCP community. The members we have now are not just only representing the evolving cloud use case, but also the traditional enterprise use cases, as well as silicon developers. We established a regular monthly meeting cadence and forum to discuss related areas of work with the team. Several key collaborators are in progress of compiling within the team towards our deliverables of this subproject. So what would be the path that this subproject team is taking to drive towards its deliverables and where we are today? The key deliverables and its objectives currently planned in this sub-project effort is to generate the first release of the hardware fault management reference design solutions and contribute to the next OCP Global Summit in 2021. To achieve this goal, the team is using a three-step approach. What we have done as the first step is to open the discussion of hardware fault management and pain points in a large-scale data center. We spent several months in meetings as well as offline discussions within the team on listing out challenging areas of dealing with hardware fault in a large fleet. For each challenge, we drill down its symptoms and use cases, analyze its impact and priority, brainstorm on its potential solutions, align on its implications and connections to reference design solutions. We assign each challenge with a category of target uptime, performance impact, diagnostics, or validation coverage. And we appointed owners within the team to lead the discussion and contribution in each category. This pain points document is served as a collateral to present the problem space of the hardware fault management effort. It is also a living document for us to continue collecting and identifying areas of problems we'd like to work on in this sub-project. The second step this team is currently working on is to compile a best practice document in response to the pain points identified. The goal of this document is to lay out the major areas of work the team would like to focus on based on the analysis of those pain points collected. We'd like to summarize and present the good experiences to address the pain points identified and shared with the community. Currently, the team has identified several areas of work, including better classifying the hardware faults, reducing system performance impact due to hardware faults, and improving system uptime and diagnostics, and so on. This best practice document is served as the solution space for the hardware fault management effort. It is also a living document to allow us continuously addressing new pain points found in the pain points collection document. With these two collaterals in hand, the team's next step is to extract and compile a reference design solution out of these two documents and contribute to OCP to guide and facilitate further discussions with the community moving forward. This hardware fault management sub-project is an exciting project, and we cannot accomplish it ourselves. We will be thrilled to have you join us, share us your thoughts, and most welcome contribute to this project. You can find more information in our project wiki regarding our efforts there. Join our monthly discussion and mailing list, and feel free to review and comment on the pain points and the best practice collaterals to share what you think and provide suggestions. This journey is only 1% done, and let's work together to push it forward. With that, I'd like to thank you for your attention and happily to take any questions.
Hey, thank you, Zhenyu. That was good, quick lightning talk. Let's see, do we have any questions from the public conversation? Kaylee?
Sorry, I was on mute. No, we do not.
Okay, I do have one question, Zhenyu. In terms of, we talked about the specification, do you have some idea on where we are on collection of requirement at this point and where the spec is in development? If you can provide some update on that to the audience.
Sure, yeah, so the team has been working on these two collaterals, as I mentioned. The first is the pain points collection, and the second is the best practice document. Basically, the pain points collection is try to collect the challenges, right? Like we have identified several typical ones in terms of performance degradation or no trouble found and also the mitigation unable to scale due to heterogeneous solutions there. So the list is growing. We have about 14 or 16 pain points and growing in that document there. That is a living document continuously to maintain or used by the team to collect source on the challenges there. And that is for the pain points document. The best practice document is the one we identify the areas based on the pain points collected and find out which group of things, right, we identified in the pain points we want to work on first as a priority, and also highlight or collect the experience and the thoughts there in the best practice. So with that two together, we want to, let me actually show that slide. So with that two together, we want to extract all the information out of it and build this requirements document or reference design solution document. For that, we are yet to start yet. We are still working on the first two documents as a team is working on right now. And we plan to, once we have a good presentation in those two documents, we want to start to compile the contents in the reference design solution document.
And currently, within hardware management project and hardware fault management sub-project, we have discussed this. But at some point, we also want to take this and get some feedback from wider OCP projects once we reach a point on this first two document, because the solution we want to develop should be generic across different platforms.
That's right. Yeah, that's the intention for this team too. So we believe this is a common problem, and actually is a potentially bigger area of space that we can work together with the other teams and projects with OCP to address some things there. So
great. Let me ask anybody on the call, or let's open for question. Any questions on the audio bridge? Okay, in that case, thanks Zenu for giving us a